What's going on, boys? I got the NFL $100 to over $1,300 four-man parlay for you guys for Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, before we get into those picks, though, if you boys could please drop a like and subscribe, that would help me out a ton. Every like, every subscribe, every comment, any kind of interaction I get from you guys helps me out a whole lot. So if you could please do that before getting these picks, I'd really appreciate it. Obviously, I would like to talk to you guys about the deposit matches for Chalkboard, Parlay Play, and now Sleeper. I did just sign a deal with Sleeper. Super, super hyped about it. But I will get more into Sleeper in just a second. Obviously, these deposit matches as a whole for any of these apps really just boil down to free money. It's the best way you guys could possibly make money over here on Chalkboard, as you guys can see right here. For just today, they dropped this yesterday, but it is live until midnight today. 200% or $200 deposit match. So obviously, if you guys sign up for all three of these apps with code SBL right now tonight, you guys can make, what was that, $400 in, again, guys, it's three apps. It'll take you guys, at this point, it was like 3-4 minutes for the two apps. That means it'll take you guys like 7 minutes to put in, download these apps, throw in the codes for all of these. It is so quick, so easy. You guys can make $400. Again, all you got to do is download any of the apps, throw in code SBL, deposit that $100. You get $100 back. Obviously, if you guys can't deposit $100, that's totally fine. Just I would recommend deposit as much as you can because the more you put in, the more you get back out. It's a great deal. But on these apps, you get more stuff than just a deposit match. So over on Chalkboard with that code SBL, you do get one exclusive free pick along with the deposit match. Over on Parlay Play, again, code SBL over there. You guys get a $5 free game at sign up. That does not require a deposit at all. You get that free game no matter what you put in. But again, I do recommend you deposit because you're losing out on a ton of money if you don't. So that's awesome over on both of those. And then let me scroll down here really quick. Sleeper is a free $20 entry with code SBL. That's probably the best deal. Obviously, no deposit required for this one either. You still get the same deposit match as both the other apps. And then on top of that, you get a $20 free entry. That is a great deal. Obviously, all three of these apps are very, very good deals, especially for today. $200 deposit match over on Chalkboard is ridiculous. As far as where you guys can bet for Chalkboard and Parlay Play, again, the sleeper deal is very, very fresh, so I don't have a map for them yet, but I will make sure to put that one in once I get it. But Parlay Play, any of these yellow states will absolutely work for that. Any of the green states over here on the Chalkboard map will work for Chalkboard 100%. Love those. And I wanted to show you guys these two things about specifically Chalkboard and Parlay Play. Over here on the left is Parlay Play. Anything more than two-man that you guys put in on Parlay Play, you get paid out extra. Absolutely love that. Obviously, just bumping up 5% for every pick that you put in that's more than a two-man. So very easy way to stack up a ton of cash there. And then just the promo page for Chalkboard makes things so easy. Every single day they put up a ton of promos for every sport, obviously, as you can see here. I know it's kind of small, but NBA promos, NFL, NHL, whatever sport you guys want to bet on, they will always have slash lines, boosted payouts, all that great stuff over on Chalkboard. So again, very good deal for all three of these apps. If you guys are going to, especially for Chalkboard, if you guys are going to deposit on there, do it tonight with that code SBL. You guys get $200. Love that. But this is what we've been doing in football lately. Obviously, no NBA video for today's games. Did not post one yesterday. Unfortunately, I was traveling. Very, very busy day. Did not get a video out to you guys, so I apologize for that. But this is what we've been doing for football lately. These three right here are YouTube. We're 8-2 for football and YouTube in our last 3 days. Obviously, Sunday, Saturday, or I should say Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Very, very good streak we got going on right now. So we're going to keep this going. Obviously, some really good games over for Thanksgiving. Obviously, Lions are playing, Cowboys are playing, all the normal teams are all playing. But with that being said, our first pick for the day is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. We're taking him over 82.5 receiving yards. I absolutely love this line for him. Obviously, really big game last week. Coming off two not super great games. Philly's passing defense is pretty good, so I'm not really worried about that one. But obviously, as a lot of you guys should know, Sam Laporta is out. He went out in this Washington game right here. Again, that's why I'm not really worried about the Philly game too much. They have a good secondary. Green Bay's defense is very, very solid, of course, but you can't bet against the Lions on Thanksgiving. It's just not going to happen. They are so good, especially on Thanksgiving. Especially with how good their team has been in general in these last few seasons. I absolutely see no reason why he should go under 82.5. 82.5 when they're missing a huge part of their receiving offense in Sam Laporta. This should be very, very easy for him to get. And then Moving into our second pick, we've got Patrick Mahomes. We're taking him over 267 and a half passing yards. I really like this line for him. Obviously, been throwing a ton of yards lately against some very, very good defenses. Obviously, Denver is regarded as the best pass defense in football, and he threw 276 against them. Washington, pretty bad defense. Raiders, obviously, very bad defense. Colts have a pretty good pass defense, especially with getting Sauce Gardner, getting a bunch of these other guys. Their pass defense has improved a lot. So really good stuff from Mahomes lately. Obviously, he's playing one of, if not the absolute worst pass defense in football in Dallas. And honestly, Dallas as a team, their rushing defense has improved a ton. If you guys have seen the stats that running backs are putting up against them in the last 2 weeks since they got Quinnen Williams, very, very bad stats. Their rushing defense has gone absolutely crazy lately. So very good for them and very good for the passing game for any of the teams that they go against the rest of this year. Mahomes is no exception. He throws the ball a ton anyways. So really like that for Patrick Mahomes right there. And then our third pick is going to be CeeDee Lamb. We're taking him over his receiving targets line at 9.5. I really like this line as well. Obviously pulls an insane amount of targets anyways. He has not missed this line in a single game other than complete blowouts. Obviously, they smoked the hell out of the Raiders, missed there, smoked the hell out of Washington, missed there. Any game that's a somewhat close game, losing or winning, he gets this targets line pretty easily. Obviously, they're not going to blow KC out of the water. They're either going to be losing or winning by a very short margin. So 10 targets for him should be very easy, especially after this Eagles game that they just played. Their coach came out. They said CeeDee Lamb's going to get a ton of targets on Thursday. So there's absolutely no reason that this should miss. If their coach is coming out telling the media, hey, we're going to throw the ball to this guy a ton, and they don't throw the ball to him, we're getting smoked by Vegas. There's really nothing we could do about it. But 9.5 receiving targets for him, again, has not missed this in a close game the entire season. And that's exactly what I think this game will be. So love that. And then our fourth and final pick is going to be Jamar Chase. We're taking him over 8 receptions. Really like this line as well. Obviously, Joey B's back. Joe Burrow's back in the game. A lot of people did not think he'd come back. I personally thought that he would just sit out the rest of the season because their season's cooked anyways. But he's back in. He's going to be playing. T. Higgins did suffer a concussion last week, so he's going to be out of this game without a doubt. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that connection is completely unstoppable. Really, the only thing that would stop Jamar Chase from hitting in the past with Joe Burrow as his quarterback is the fact that T. Higgins is also a very, very good receiver, and Joe Burrow liked to throw the ball to T. Higgins as well. Now T. Higgins is out. Their wide receiver 2 is Andre Yoshivas. He'll get a couple targets. He'll get a couple catches, but with your very good wide receiver 2 out, especially with the kind of connection Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have in the first game back for Joe Burrow, I really, really like 8 receptions, especially against Baltimore. If you guys remember these Cincinnati versus Baltimore games last year, ridiculous numbers from both offenses, insane games. Do I expect this game to be anything like that? Not quite, but do I expect this game to end with both teams scoring in the 20s, possibly even the 30s? Honestly, yes, I do. So 8 receptions for Jamar Chase. Very, very good line right there. Really like that line. But with that being said, that's really all I've got for you guys. Just go over the picks really quick. Amon-Ra St. Brown, more than 82.5 receiving yards. Absolutely love that. Obviously, Sam Laporta is out, so he is going to be their main guy there. And then Patrick Mahomes, more than 267.5 passing yards. He's playing Dallas. He puts up a ton of yards anyways. So really like that line right there. And then our third pick is, excuse me, fellas. We got CeeDee Lamb, more than 9.5 receiving targets. Really like that one as well. Their coach came out, said he's going to get a ton of targets. And again, he has not missed this line in any game that was somewhat close this entire season. So love that. And then, as I was just saying, Jamar Chase, more than 8 receptions. T. Higgins is out. They're playing a very, very bad Baltimore secondary, and Joe Burrow's back. So love that. But before we get out of here, $100 turns into $1,000 over here on Chalkboard. They always do things super linear like that. I hate that about not Chalkboard. What am I saying? I hate that about Prizepicks. Prizepicks is super weird with that kind of stuff. If we pop over here to Parlay Play, you guys can see same exact lines. Amon-Ra is 2 yards lower. Patrick Mahomes just a little bit higher. CD's same, and then Jamar Chase obviously adding 1.5 or just 8.5, but we would need 9 on Prizepicks anyway to hit. So generally the same exact line, but $1,000 turns into $1,300 and $1,336. You get an extra $336 for putting it in over here. If you guys aren't putting it in on parlay play, you guys are literally just losing money for no reason. So I really do recommend you get a ton of stuff for signing up for parlay play anyways. If you guys are going to put this play in, please do it on parlay play. You guys will be making a lot more money if this hits. So love that. But that's really all I've got for you guys as far as betting stuff goes. I would like to say before I get out of here, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving. Obviously, hope everyone gets to see their family, have a great time with all their loved ones, all that. But with that being said, that's really all I've got for you guys. So I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.